Ayat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon to all of the audience. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in wa ala umuri dunya waddin wa salatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'du. First, I would like to thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us everything so this time we can be here to do our activity. And secondly, I would like to thanks to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who has bring us to the dark era from the dark era to the light era. I am Deris Tanirul as moderator for today, and today's seminar is about a systematic review of EFL students' anxiety in speaking English, will be explained by Nuraeni. And before we start this seminar, let's say Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, let's get start this seminar. For Nuraeni, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator, for the opportunity. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my seminar. I am Nuraeni, and I would like to say thank you to all of my audience who has coming to this seminar. Okay, the topic of today's seminar is EFL students' anxiety in speaking English. I hope you all enjoy for today's seminar discussion. And before we start, let's open this seminar by saying Bismillah. Okay. My presentation consists of the following parts. The first one is introduction, the second is theory, the third is method, the fourth is result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. Okay, start to the first part of my presentation. Next. Okay, for the introduction, Zhou, Zhang, and Yang in 2019 discovered that anxiety has a determinal effect on language acquisition performance across all language skills, including reading, writing, and listening and speaking. And then they discovered that oral performance is negatively impacted by foreign language anxiety. And then besides that, a lot of research has been done previously. It says a widespread problem that many students have, especially non-native speaker, is anxiety when speaking English. Okay, next slide. So research question in this research is, I want to find out what are the factors that causes student anxiety in speaking English, and then what are the strategies to overcome the anxiety experience by students when speaking English. Okay, next. So from the introduction, we have knew that there's a lot of EFL students that have anxiety when speaking English. So what is anxiety? This is, I have definition from Spielberger in 1983 that anxiety is a subjective feeling of tension, apprehension, nervousness, and worry. And then when that feeling associated with language learning, it's known as language anxiety. So in this topic, we're talking about anxiety in speaking English. So as we know, speaking is one of the most important skill in learning language, especially in English. Next slide. Okay, in this research, I use a systematic review method. In this method is driven comprehensive review and synthesis of data focusing on a topic or on related key question. In this method, consists of 5 phases. The first one is framing question. The second is identifying relevant work. The third is assessing the quality of the studies. The fourth is summarizing the evidence. And the last is interpreting the findings. I choose this method because there has been a lot of previous research on this topic. Therefore, there are many references that we can use as a reference. Okay, next slide. Okay, uh, I have reviewed 20 articles, and then I found out that students have many factors that causes anxiety when speaking English in class, both offline and offline, both offline and online. Sorry. So the first one is internal factors, consists fear of making mistake, shy, nervous, lack of confidence, lack of vocabulary, lack of preparation, fear of bad judgment, and then lack of motivation. And then the second factors is external factors. There are friends or classmate embarrassment, teachers teaching style, and then inadequate support to practice speaking English. Next slide. Okay. Uh, in the result, we can conclude that students at all academic level experience anxiety when speaking English, which can be triggered by a lacking of confidence, fear of making mistakes, and negative evaluation. And then to reduce anxiety, effective teaching strategies such as technology usage, peer cooperation, and then positive feedback can be used by teacher. Slide. Okay, last but not least, the conclusion of this seminar. I have reviewed studies show that students at all academic level, including students, experience anxiety when speaking English. So it can be triggered by various factors such as a lack of confidence, fear of making mistakes, and negative evaluation. So effective teaching strategies such as technology usage, peer cooperation, and positive feedback can be used to reduce anxiety. Okay, that's all from me. I'll turn back to moderator.
Okay, thanks to Nuraeni for the great explanation. And now we come to the question and answer session for the audience. If you have a question, please turn on your microphone and say your name and then tell us the question. Thank you. For the audience, if you want to ask, please turn on your microphone.
Okay, I want to ask. My question is, how can I maintain motivation and stay persistent in practicing spoken English despite anxiety on setbacks? Thank you.
Okay, Nuraini, please answer the question.
Okay, thank you, Nia, for the question. So let me answer your question. Of course, to maintaining motivation in learning and practicing something is not easy. So we must do and create a strategy to maintain it. So I have some suggestion that you can do during your practice. The first one is you have to set goal. You have to set a realistic and achievable goals, because if you set the goal that are too high and difficult to achieve, it will make you lose motivation, because you always think that you can do that and you can reach that. And the second one is you have to find your motivation, um, because when you have to maintain motivation, you have to find motivation first. It can help you to make it real. And the third suggestion from me is you can create a positive and supportive learning environment. You can find someone or a group of people that can support you in learning and practicing speaking English. The fourth is you can find a various practice method, so you can enjoy the journey and you can practice by using YouTube, a website, or any other tool. And then the fifth suggestion from me is you have to track your progress. So you can't just practicing and practicing. You have to know your progress. So it can help you to doing reflection during your practice. And then last but not least, you have to celebrate the small victories. Like you can give a small reward to yourself when achieving something. Okay, that's all. My answer.
Okay, how
Okay,
about the answer, Nia?
okay, thank you for your answer.
Okay, thank you to Nia and Nuraeni. And now we come to the last session. Let's close this seminar by saying Hamdalah together.
Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin.
Alhamdulillah. That's all for the seminar today. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.